Hi, we're here in Mount Hartman Bay, right here at our docks, Multi-Hull Company in Secret Harbor. Today we've got a beautiful boat on the dock. We've got a 2009 Chris White Atlantic 57 called Cerulean. Probably the nicest Atlantic 57 built. This is a really nice boat. It was the third Atlantic 57 built by Aquidneck Custom Composites. They're out of Bristol, Rhode Island. One of the top US boat builders. They've built lots of high performance multi-hulls and some pretty amazing monohulls as well. Really nice boat here. We'll get on board and take a walk around.
LT Sailing School and Yacht Brokerage.
We'll teach you to sail and then help you find the boat of your dreams.
LT Sailing, living the dream.
Getting up on board here. It's got a lot of freeboard, at least off the dock here she does. You know, looking at this boat, just as we walk around, the biggest thing I've noticed on this boat is just the quality of the fit and finish on this boat is amazing. Really nicely done. Much higher quality build than the Chris White boats that you might see out of Chile. Just a really nice, lots of detail goes into these boats. This boat's built from epoxy and S-glass. It's got foam core, everything's foam cored. Lots of carbon fiber reinforcement, all the critical areas around the dagger boards. You know, where the chain plates are all tied in, everything. Lots of carbon. All the spars are carbon. That forward beam there is carbon. There we go. Forward beam there is carbon. Carbon booms, carbon mast. The boards, of course, are all carbon. Lightweight construction, really nice boat. One of the little details, or not a little detail, a big detail I noticed on this boat, these stanchions, the push pit back here, none of that is stainless steel. This is all titanium. So no corrosion, super lightweight, just really cool quality built stuff on here. Looking at this davit system, the davits, of course, is made out of carbon also. This is a really cool feature. You can lift this boat up, lift up the dinghy, and actually flip it and put it on deck for storage if you're going offshore. A really nice way to do that. Just gives a lot more protection for the dinghy. Though if you notice when we were walking up, this boat has a ton of bridge deck clearance, so lots of room on there. With the boards up, we'll just take a walk over here and check out the boards again. With boards up, the boat draws about 3.5 feet. Boards down, she draws 8 feet. One of the things I wanted to show here from the cockpit is how easy it is to raise and lower the dagger boards. We can just crank this handle, set up to a little Antal directional there, and we can just take the board down. There we go. And again, bring it right back up, no problem. Just looking for that mark right there at the base, that's board all the way up, right like that. So move that back. These boards, because they are carbon, they're actually buoyant, so you do need to lock them in place. And when you look at this Antal directional, it does have the lock position there. You just direct it up or down just with the little pin. Boards are symmetrical, so they're actually producing lift when you're going to weather. You can see that just as we're walking up to it. It's got definitely a lot more curve on one side than the other. So these are designed to be ran with one board down when you're going to weather, one board up. So you got that lifting board in the water, and the other board is up out. Most of the standing rigging was replaced in 2016. Shrouds, forestay, all that was replaced. New connectors, new wires, everything. The diamond stays here on the mast, and the forward supports for the Genoa were removed and die tested, and they actually tested out just fine. So those were all put back on there. You can see forward here, those Genoa supports. We'll go up and take a look at that really quick. That's what we're talking about. Those were replaced, actually not replaced, sorry. Those were dye tested and just put back in. They tested just fine. All the wire was replaced. Sails are all in good condition. The staysail is new. Genoa, let's see, the staysail actually is not on right now, so looking forward. The Genoa is 5 years old, still in good condition, has a few years left in her. The main is about 2.5 years old. Brand new sail cover just put on there though, so that's looking pretty good. There is a spinnaker on board which can be rigged, and that spinnaker is original. Spinnaker is actually 10 years old, but it's in great condition. Still has lots of life left in it. One of the details I really like on the rigging, on the way this self-tacker is set up here for the staysail. If you notice, it's just super simple. You don't have to move bump stops or anything like that. You've just got a line right there led to a clutch that you can allow change the length of that line to change how far your boom travels. Coming back here, you can see the bimini. We've got the custom bimini there on the back. Looks really nice. And that stores easily. You can see that's just on there with snaps on, little block and tackle to tension it. Gives some nice shade here at the back. The dinghy, talked about lifting it, we didn't talk about what it is. It's a 12-foot AB, fiberglass bottom, and there's a 15 horsepower Yamaha 4-stroke on the back there. In good shape, and with the shaps on there, it looks sharp. Just take a quick walk up forward here, take a look at the helm station. Really nice protected helm station here. You're not up on some kind of a, like a bridge deck or a fly bridge or something. This is really nice. Once you're in there, it's really well protected. I'm told it's pretty dry, even sailing to weather. Though if it was too rough, there is an inside helm station as well. So you have options on how you want to drive the boat. You can see everything is ran right here to the forward cockpit. All your lines, all your controls. So nice and easy to manage from here. One person can run the entire boat from right here. The current captain on this boat runs this boat on his own. Him and one of their crew run the boat, and they have for 10 years. Take a look inside here. Just gonna take a quick look inside here and see our inside helm station. So you can see we got throttle controls inside and out. All the instrumentation is here, electrical controls all set up from right here. Engine controls are just right here, and everybody always wants to know what are the engine hours. Engine hours are 3,600 on both engines, or approximately that, and both running really good in great condition, so no issues with that. They've been really well maintained. This boat's been ran by a professional crew since it was new, so no problem there. Tank tender, if you're not familiar with those, are a pretty cool little device. They use a little air pressure in the line to read your different tank levels. Test that all right there. Dimmer switch for some lighting. Radio, everything right there, looks great. Boat is wired for 110. You can see we've got 110 outlets over here at the nav station. Boat's inverter, so 110 inverter for the AC power. Boat has an air conditioner. The air conditioner is actually located up here in the saloon, and will cool this area if you close the boat up, and then you'll be able to, cool air will run down on both hulls from here. The air conditioner can be ran either from the inverter if the engines are running, or if you're on shore power, no problem. And single air conditioning unit up here in the main saloon area, located just there in front of the helm actually. That will cool the saloon out really nice, and then that cold air will drop down into the hulls, so you can keep the boat cool that way. Also notice there's air conditioner control. There's also a heater control. This boat is equipped with a hydronic heating system also, so that actually gives you hot water and will also heat the boat that way. There's two different loops depending on whether you're trying to heat the boat or just keep your hot water going. All right, nice saloon area, nice little rest area, some benches. This table actually really cool, converts, that tabletop will pop off of there, leaving like a small cocktail table. Then that larger table can go outside, folding legs and for outdoor dining. Take a look down here in the galley. So it's galley down, but nice connected space to the saloon area. Take a step down here and take a look around. Lots of storage. A cold storage here. We've got a large fridge area on one side, and then a nice decent sized freezer on the other side. So plenty of cold storage. And these are really nice Seafrost units. Really good brand, good stuff. Lots of storage here, you can see just around the galley. Little storage compartments, cupboards. A nice 4-burner stove there. Deep basin sink, nice stainless steel countertops. Just taking a little look down below. We've got foot pumps down here for both salt and fresh water. Take a look at that. Also regular pressure, but if you ever have a water pressure fail, we've got backup. So going forward, we have probably what would be considered to be one of the master cabins. There's 2 identical cabins, one on each side. Nice raised bunk here. Lots of storage. Storage locker there in front of us. Another one here behind the door. And we can see plenty of space in there, lots of room. Moving forward from here, we've got the head. Nice little touch here. Notice the carbon fiber sink countertops there. Pretty cool. Mirrors are in great condition, no corrosion. Everything's looking really good there. Got the vacuum style heads on here. It's a dry head, so you can see we've got separate shower area just forward. And then forward of that, there's whether you want to call it crew quarters or berth, little pipe berth type setup here for crew or kids. Kind of a cool area. And notice it has its own ladder going up with deck access, so very cool. That does seal off there. It's got a separate door there, so it'll separate off. And just going forward, or I'm sorry, heading aft. We can see on these doors, they're all foam core, that thick foam core, nice and lightweight, very cool. Heading aft here. We've got one of, I guess really it's 3 electrical control panels. One of them right here. This one has everything on it for the starboard side. The other one does all the port side, and there's a third one that does everything in the saloon. So all your electrical systems are isolated that way. If something goes wrong on one side, you know where it's at. Another nice cabin here, lots of light. And we can spin around here and notice again behind the door, we've got a nice hanging locker space right there. Okay. I love this view right here of the saloon, just looking across. You can really get an idea there of how much space you've got. Really nice setup. Notice one thing on this panel that you might have noticed is the DC power is all set up for 24 volts. There are some systems that have need to be dropped down to 12, and that's done all up here in the saloon. You can take a look on this panel. That one's split with the 24 and some 12 volt items down there, 12 volt circuits down below. Great. Taking a look down on port side, you can see 2 big hanging lockers right there at the base of the stairs. Lots of storage in there. And then what we come down into on this side is a little shop area. So a little workshop bench right there. Well, there's the rag. Right there where the rag is, those 4 bolts, there's actually a vise that'll bolt right onto there. Easy to remove and put away, but if you need to work on stuff, that's great. Lots of tool storage and spare parts all right here. And you can see more storage over on this side. One of the things I really wanted to show when we're still down here in the hull is the quality of the construction here. Just looking down in the hull, I just raised one of the floorboards here. They're all cord, so nice and light. You can see right through the fiberglass to the foam coring, and just the quality. I mean, this is a bilge, and it just looks beautiful. I just lifted up a floorboard there, one of the panels, and you can see fuel tank right here, 105 gallons of diesel on each side. These tanks are beautiful, really nice. Big inspection ports. You can see the little screw option there, right on that one. You can actually open that up if you need to take a tank sample, see if there's dirt on the bottom or anything. Pretty nice though, really great setup for being able to take care of the diesel, and just really clean and well done. Just forward of that, under that next floorboard, is water tanks. We've got 100 gallons of water on each side. So it's 210 gallons of diesel total and 200 gallons of water right there. Just looking, we're on the workshop side, and just forward there, there's our controls for both the heating system and also for the water maker. Just having a look here before I put this last floorboard back in. That right there is the lift pump we're looking at for the air conditioner. That's the brings the water in for the cooling system on that. Really nice, clean installation there, and easy to work with. So taking a look forward again, same basic setup on the cabin. You can see it's very similar to the side with the raised bed there. And these mattresses are really nice. Actually, the crew on this boat were raving about them. Really nice quality mattresses on here, and in great condition. So that's all set up. Going forward again, same basic head setup. The carbon fiber, nice carbon fiber countertops for the bathroom. Separate toilet area, and then the shower separated just forward of that, you can see. And just again forward of that, on this side, rather than crew quarters, we've got storage in here. So fenders, what have you, stored there. Again, we've got access to the deck with a hatch right there, and ladders. Easy, nice carbon fiber ladder. Actually, it looks like it might be welded aluminum on that one. All right, and then also just right over on this side, this is where the Spectra water maker is. I believe that's a 14 gallon an hour water maker, and we've got lots of spare pumps and what have you with that. It's set up to automatically flush, so in theory you don't need to actually pickle this one. It'll sort of take care of itself. Flushes, I think it's every 112 hours is what I was told. Okay. Heading back up in the main saloon. Go up and take a look at some of our mechanical spaces up on deck. All right, we're just getting ready to go take a look down the engine room here, and just wanted to point out the quality of these hatches. All really nicely sealed, and then with a nice deep trench right around the outside there. So it's going to catch any water that might end up there, rainwater or whatever, and then it drains out from there. It actually makes its way right down. Just looking at this little stairway that accesses us down into the engine compartment. It's beautiful laminated wood, just really gorgeous. Nice attention to detail everywhere throughout this boat. Autopilot we can see down there. There's the ram for the autopilot. See if we can get that. There we go. There's dual autopilots on here, so if one were to give out, you've got another one over on the other side. Either one can take over and run the boat. All the steering, looking at the steering quadrant just down below there. The steering is all by wire. So you've got chain from a sprocket on the wheels that runs back to these quadrants. So you got good helm feel, not like a hydraulic steering boat where you're just not getting any feel out of it. With this, you can actually really feel the amount of resistance you're getting on those rudders, and it's going to tell you a lot, give you a lot of feedback. All right, gotten down in the engine compartment. We're down on the starboard side, just having a look at our engines. Nice Volvos in there. Looks like 55 horse diesel Volvos. Got a little bit of an upgraded alternator on there. Helps with the battery charging duties. Nicely installed. Nice wet muffler system you can see there. Just, you know, notice the quality, the cleanliness, one of the bilges here and the engine compartment, but also just look at the finish that was done on these engine compartments. I mean, this is something that most people aren't going to see, but just the quality and the attention to detail that was done in here is really, really impressive. Little carbon reinforcement over here on the steering shivs going across. Very nice. You can see back here our quadrant, autopilot setup, and then the quadrant, steering quadrant right just below that. All right, we're taking a look down on port side. Just gonna stick the camera down in here a little bit. You can see there's our backup autopilot over on this side. There's actually autopilot control just right here. So back up to your backup. There's actually another controller right there. Looking over here, we've got the antenna tuner for the single sideband radio. And we can see the steering quadrants coming out here again. Right there. Carbon reinforced over on this side as well. Very nice setup. All right, we're gonna go take a look forward. The way the engine compartments are set up there, we can access and do all of our basic engine checks just from that access at the back. However, if you do need more access, there is access underneath those bunks in the aft section there. So down on this side, we've got spare anchor, chain, all that set up. I really love seeing the spare anchor set up like that. It's ready to go. It's actually meant to be used if you needed it. Over here is our hot water tank, and that's getting heated either electrically or by the diesel heater, which is just right here. You can see the diesel heater set up. And that's set up, we mentioned earlier, there's a valve just over here. Let's find it. There it is. That valve lets us switch between the summer circuit and the winter circuit. So on the summer circuit, it's just going to the hot water heater. Winter circuit, it's actually able to heat the boat. So just looking down on this side, there's where our anchor road is going. We can see that. All lead right there. Nice clean setup to do that. Dock lines organized over here. Looking, this is one thing that impressed me on this boat. Just talking about level of fit and finish and quality. Just over here, what we're looking at right there is actually a holding tank. And if you just look at how nicely done that is, how nice the glassing in, the craftsmanship on that is pretty amazing. Nicest holding tank I've ever seen by a long shot. I almost forgot to mention solar panel installation up here on top of the saloon cabin top. And then if we look back here, we've got dual wind generators, one on each side. Radar, of course, right there. And the track phone setup, I'm told, works really well. Internet, you can get emails and all that stuff right through there. Everybody always asks, why are they selling the boat? Well, that's a good question. This is an amazing boat. And right out there, if you can see, a little too far out there probably, is the answer. See if we can zoom in a little. If you notice that dark blue hull out there, that's actually a 72-foot Chris White, just splashed last year, I believe. And that's the reason that we're selling Cerulean. She's got a big sister, and the owner doesn't need two Chris White. boats. He's got a new one, and this one, it's time to find a new family for it. Find a new home. Beautiful boat. Contact me, email, links in below, or check us out on multihillcompany.com. We'll have more details on this wonderful boat. Be happy to answer any questions you have about it. Take care.